Morning everybody. Yeah, what did we do today? Couldn't get a job yesterday, strangely. What went wrong yesterday? Oh yeah, it was just a really quiet day. Did a job in the morning, got all the way back to base from Slough. I struggle out of Slough because I'm Euro 5 and everything's coming out of like the zone. So I got all the way back to base, then one pinged up, a usual job, Milton Keynes to Hatfield. It's Mercedes, I know what it is. And just couldn't get a second job. So I'm here this morning. Been sitting here, got me flask ready, done me walk round, sat down, you know, just ready to go. Got problems with my tacho, so I was going to pop in and see him in Leighton Buzzard. But then one's pinged up, Aylesbury, 4 drops. But it's late. Oh, hold on a second. Yeah, that was Jeb. She was just ringing us to make sure that I got the job. So, yes, that I knew that I'd seen the job, and I have seen the job. So, bookings, allocated. I'm not taping this, it's boring. On my way to pick up, let them know I'm coming. I've got the postcode, so we'll stick that in the sat nav now. Entertaining TV, as always. Yep. Right, the postcode. I wrote down a piece of paper. So we're going to. There it is. I've typed it in already. Look at that. I told you it's entertaining, didn't I? I might edit this bit out. I probably won't. I'm not that good at editing. So you'll get to see this is a very different job on the fact that most of the jobs I've tend to done on the exchange so far have been me going to Wales or me going to Scotland or a million miles away and all that kind of stuff, whereas this one will give you an indication of what it's like driving a truck around locally. So there are the advantages to it are very little diesel because everything's kind of it's all local, so that's all handy, isn't it? Really. What other advantages? You know where you're going, so you kind of go, I know I can go down there, I know I can't go down there. Sometimes it might even ping up and you go, well, I know where that place is. I'll zoom across and get them. Well, I've made that mistake before. I think I know where that place is. I've done it yesterday. I thought I know where that place is. It was in Watford. So I went to pick up, it was something, say it was Brian's Electronics, and I went to pick it up and the bloke went, are you sure you don't need Brian's cupboards? It's round the corner. I went, oh, I just saw the Brian's bit. So yeah, so anyway, but we're on our way now, so I don't know what it holds. I did ring the guy and said, have I done it before, because there's a few in Aylesbury I picked up before, and no, I don't recognise this one, so we're going to grab it, and then we've got 4 drops. So I've got my day rate, but I've got my very day base now. I've basically got the day rate on an 18, on a 7.5 tonne. I'll find a quick for this. And day rate on an 18 tonne is normally 5. But then, having said all of that, it's also, hang on, sorry, I'm losing my thread here. It's very short. A day rate, it probably won't take me a day. I'm going to be picking it up at 9 o'clock-ish, and I'll probably be done, I'd like to hope I'll be done by about 2. I'll be out by 9, and then if we, bearing in mind some of the drops are only 15 minutes apart, if we angle on an hour a drop, get there at 9, load it by 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Done at Northampton at 2 o'clock, back to the yard by 3. Let's see how good I am at predicting what time I'm going to get back. I'm going that way. Yeah, I apologise for the jumbled intro there, but normally when I do these videos, I kind of know I'm going to do it, so I'm all set up. And like I said, I didn't have a job booked, so I was sitting in the yard, suddenly the job's come through, and it's a bit like, right, okay, I've got to get this in the sat-nav and get over there, because you don't want to delay it, because, you know, you want to get the job done, you know, for your own time and for your customers' time, like, you know, for the shipper's time. But, and then at the same time, I thought, oh, I can take this. I'll quickly get everything out of the bag, click, and there you go. So I've just cleared Ivanhoe now. I've got both the sat-navs on because that's a bit schooly. Yeah, I was thinking back to yesterday. Yesterday was a funny old day. Yesterday was what I would call a challenging day. In the morning, I had an accident. It's the most frustrating accident. The back doors on this motor have dropped because it's been backed onto base so many times without the rubbish before I got it. They've dropped. So I found out why there was a chain on the back. After driving it for 2 months, thinking, what's this chain for? A guy pulled me over and went, mate, your door's open. I went, oh, wow, door's pinged open. So the catch fails. So there's a chain, and I've upgraded the chain now. Yesterday when I finished the job, I must have forgot to put the chain on. The day before. Yesterday morning, the once in a blue moon, once every 2 months, the door pinged open. I heard a bang, looked in my mirror, and went, oh, door's come open. So I pulled over. I must have forgot to put chain on. Locked it out, went to put chain on, turned around, it's Keith standing there. He went, mate, your door's just hit my van. I went, oh. I didn't know, genuinely didn't know. I said, we better go and have a look at it, don't we? So we've had a look, and it's put a ding in the back of his van, like that, and it's cracked the light on a brand new Ford Custom, 6 months old. And I'm like, oh God. Any other motor, you go, look, just send me the bill. I'll pay for the light. I'll, get it bashed out, give it a spray, let me know what it is. It's going to be thousands, and by the time they've taken the motor away and given them a hire van, he said last time this happened, someone ran in the back of someone. The van was gone for 5 days. So that's going through the insurance. That's the first claim I've had in 4 years, which is frustrating because I kind of think it was my fault. I forgot to put the chain on, but I didn't take the corner wrongly or wasn't paying attention and drove in the back of someone. The door pinged open. It's a bit, I don't know, it's a bit like suddenly you're driving down the road and the wing mirror glass pings out and smashes into the car behind. You didn't even know the wing mirror glass was loose until it's like, but I spoke to Molly's boyfriend Dave, who's in insurance, went, yeah, your fault. I went, well, how's it my fault? I didn't know the door was going to come open. It's your motor, your fault. Okay, great. And that was the first one, and then the second one, this mortgage thing. I've got a very cheap mortgage. I've had it locked in for 2 years, but it's coming up in January. So now, of course, we're all getting scary mortgages. And I kind of braced myself, and then I had the conversation with a guy, and he went, right, this is going to be this. I went, okay, it's more than I was hoping for, but less than I feared. So I went, okay, fine. Rings me up the next day, says, no, it's gone, it's changed. It's gone up again. And I went, you're joking. It's just going bang, 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 bang. Oh, I'm not paying it. I said, I'm not paying it. Tell them I'll pay the variable. I'm not locking it in for 5 months for this kind of money if you just give me the runaround. I've got the need. So, like when you're kind of on the back foot because you've had a bad day and it's like, well, that's hit me. Okay, now I'm going to, as soon as the door hit, I thought, there's me excess. Done the first job for nothing today then. And then my mortgage broker rings me and I've gone, oh, this is just, I feel sick now. And you just want to go home, really. But that wasn't why I didn't carry on. Like I say, I went into Slough, struggled to get out of Slough because I can't go into the zone without charging real money, which puts me out of the game. So I got back to the yard, did my little run, tried to pick something up for the morning, I couldn't. And then so this morning, so what you do, you get up. I've been up since 6, I wake up early anyway, made me flask, looking around, and then you think, well, if I'm going to get a job, what can I do that's productive? So I was going to pop down to Marshall's, get them to have a look at the taco, run then the guy weren't there, because he's out on a school run, so, and then the job picked up. So we're back on track now. We're on our way to Aylesbury. We'll be there in about, we're about 15 minutes, and then we'll do our little run, and then if we've got time at the end, we'll pop down and have a go at that taco. It's got to be done. So, anyway, see you in a bit. Right, there's something I forgot to mention when I checked the job this morning, and I've just gone back and checked it now. Now, when you're doing a multi-drop in a truck, they kind of fit into 2 different categories. You get the ones that are going to go your collection, then they're going to go to residentials, like the one I get out of Slough, which is decking. So you pick up 8 packs of decking, you've got to take them to people's houses. I once had to unload 4 tonne of decking onto a guy's driveway with just me and the guy. It took us an hour. Wasn't, in fairness, I thought that was pretty quick under the circumstances. Or it's going to industrial units. Now, if it's going to industrial units, that's where you want to be. It means it's either going to be handballed off or hopefully forked off. The only possible way you've got to, or you'll drop into residentials like I've done before, where there'll be like 1 pallet of wood, 1 pallet might have a boiler on it, 1 pallet might have something else, and that can be a mix. So you can be going, right, this one is going to an industrial unit, the next one is going to 93 Privet Drive, the next one is going to somewhere else. And the way you check, look on the job and see if it's been booked as 18 tonne curtain or 18-ton curtain with tail lift. And I've looked on the job and it doesn't mention tail lift, which means, presumably, it's either going to be handballed off the side or forked off the side. I've also looked on the job to see what my destinations are, and each single destination just says the town, Luton, Leighton Buzzard, Dunstable. So I've got no further information, and I will have no further information until I get there in about, well, one sat nav saying 13 minutes, the other one saying 23. The one that's saying 23 is way, so that one's probably right, but we'll find out when we get there. Oh, and I've got a new camera. You know, I've got the old camera. I went and invested in the Insta360 Go 2. Look at that. Comes with a flippy case because it's so much better than the Go 1. I made a mistake buying the Go 1. I did a video about this recently. I found one, it came up cheap. So I thought, well, I'm going to buy the cheap one and sell my old one. And if I'm lucky, there won't be a lot of difference between the two. So I've now bought the new one, got my old one up for sale, currently no bids. Oh God, life. Oh, loathe it or ignore it, you can't like it. Anyway, we'll be there soon. Let's go and see if it's going to be residentials or if it's going to be businesses. And let's hope it's businesses. Right, nearly there now. 2 minutes, 0.3 miles, so I'll get myself parked up and then we'll go in and see what we're collecting. Just because it doesn't, in fact, it's also just because it doesn't say tail lift doesn't mean that you won't end up using the tail lift. Because there might be a situation that we got to handball all this off, mate. I don't know, we don't. I've got a pump truck on tail, this is coming off that way, but 1 minute's time we'll find out. Stay tuned for the exciting reveal. That's Andy, home straight away. I didn't ask for any information, very trusting people. Right, well, let's go in. We can see a fork truck. I can see some pallets. See some long pallets. Long pallets mean definitely not coming off the tail, but could be coming off on a handball. Go and have a look, see. Parked up about here, I think. And we'll get the curtains open. I've been to see the man. They're expecting me, always nice. He said, pull your curtains, we'll get you loaded, which means a nice quick load. No hanging around here for an hour. Get loaded, and it'd be a joy because you just put it in your sat nav and it normally comes up as 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 1.25 hours, 1 3/4 hours, and you're going home. This one, it's going to say less than an hour. I know it's going to say less than an hour. I've just come from there and it didn't take me that long to get here, so bing bong. Good morning, good morning, we've talked the whole night through. Good morning to you. Right, I've opened my curtains and then the guy comes out, different guy, and goes, yeah, no, sorry, so you're going to have to reverse in. He says, because one of these are so long, you ain't going to get it out the door. He said, no, I ain't going to get it out the door. So backwards we go. Put the curtains open, doesn't matter, I'm on the forecourt. See where I'm going so that I don't hit anything when the curtains flying about. Yeah, so that isn't going to come off on the tail lift then, is it? If it's so wide, you can't actually get it out of their door. It ain't going to come off the tail. And I said, where am I going? Am I going units and stuff? And he goes, I don't know. I can't see where I'm going because my curtains are open. I better get up and shut it. Hang on a second. Try again. Loaded in 15 minutes. Absolutely lovely. 5 drops, loaded in 15 minutes, forked on the side, all strapped up, ready to go. First one, sat nav is something wrong. Something always goes wrong. Tell me about it, it's through my life. Right, so first one, half an hour away. Half an hour away? I know where it is, it's round the corner from the yard, and it's one pallet. It only weighs like 40 kilos, and the chances are that's coming off with the forks. So we'll be at drop number 1, 10 o'clock. Now, I don't... Shut that. It's probably very noisy. Turn the air conditioning off. Right, so I said, I don't know if I said 4 drops or 5 drops. It's 5 drops. The thing you've got to watch on the exchange is if it says 4 stops, it means 5 drops. Because what it means is you're going to go to your drop, that's number 1, well that's 1, but on the way, you've got to stop 4 times. Hence the reason you've got to stop 5 times. So if you see 4 stops, it's only 4, comes through, it's 5. It's 5. So yeah, there's 2 in Northampton. There's Northampton, then there's Daventry. But I'm still not crying about it. It's still cool. And the other thing is, if I can finish in Daventry mid-afternoon, early afternoon, there's either a chance I'll get a Daventry coming home, or you know, a short job, or pick up something for the morning that's going south. But we'll just have to wait and see. Enjoys the exchange. You never know. Right, turn you right up here. Right, we are 4 minutes away from the first one. It's kind of weird this, because this route is the route that I do when I come home from Oxford, Reading, that kind of, when I come from the West Line, you know, thank you. And so I feel like I'm going home. It's 10 to 10 in the morning. I can't go home. You know, it's that thing, if you pick up in Milton Keynes, you've got to take it to Tilbury, it's your second job. As you go past junction 11A, the steering wheel wants to pull to the right. We're going home now, we're going that way. No, we're not, we're going to Tilbury. So, but yeah, 3 minutes, 1 sheet. When it's forked off or carried off, we're going to have this off in no time at all. I'm going to hopefully have my first drop done in about half hour. So on my hour calculation, we're up on the deal. Fingers crossed. I think that's all of it. Absolute dream. I was done in, I can't tell now, I've had to move forward. I've got hammers, but I had to move forward so the tough noise and knocked it off. Yeah, done, I reckon. It's 10 o'clock, done in under 5 minutes, got to come straight out, off with the forks. Right, so complete stop, there we go. Oh, that's unusual. Doesn't normally come up with that. Right, I better scroll through that. And then off to Dunstable, number 2. What you don't want to do is then drive to the next one, which is an hour away, and then open up the curtain and go, oh, hang on a second, this paddock says Dunstable on it. I put it in the sat-nav, 29 minutes. Even better than half an hour. Went to do a printout, and it says no data with an exclamation mark. No data! Don't scream at me. All right, okay. I don't even know if you can put your card in when you're driving, and you can. Little bit country, little bit bouncy, very rural, very nice. Saw some stone built farmhouses, the odd cyclists, and some sheep. This is just going too well. And when that starts, I start to get a tremendous sense of foreboding. I might be lucky.